Hello and welcome to the Beauty Know-It-All. Today I thought I'd talk about exfoliating toners. I somehow feel the term toner, especially for my generation, is a bit of a misnomer really, because I associate toners with those sort of alcohol-based astringents that we use, that were basically witch hazel based, that we used after using cream cleansers in the 70s and 80s. I mean, I'm kind of too young to have had that old kind of Anne French and then a toner cleansing routine in the 70s, because through most of the 70s I was washing my face with soap at my parents' house. Anyway, now toners have a fundamentally different role. They are not there to wipe away the remains of your cream cleanser and your makeup. They are there to exfoliate your skin. Now, we need to start by doing a shout out here to Clinique, because despite the mixed reviews their clarifying toners get, they were the first people to bring salicylic acid to the market, available for everybody, and to this day salicylic acid is still a gold standard skincare exfoliant. It's what's called a beta hydroxy acid, and a beta hydroxy acid is a long molecule that sits on the surface of the skin and exfoliates, so it encourages your pores to be unblocked, and it takes off all the dead surface layers of skin. And the Clinique clarifying toners were game changers in their day. A lot of people who, and me included, who don't like alcohol in their skincare tend to avoid them nowadays, but I am going to mention one that I do like, and that is the mild clarifying lotion. It does have low levels of alcohol in it, but very, very, very low levels. And if I'm going to choose a Clinique clarifying toner, that's the one I recommend for most people. Salicylic acid is just great. It's anti-inflammatory, it's soothing, it unblocks pores, it gets rid of blackheads. This stuff, used at night and morning, especially at night, which is when I like using it after cleansing, left on the skin with a sort of cotton wool bud, will unblock pores and get rid of blackheads in a heartbeat, certainly within 2 or 3 days. They used to do a brilliant body spray that had exactly the same ingredients, and they stopped doing it. Clinique, bring it back. I wanted to recommend it to my niece the other day when she had a breakout on her back and I couldn't find it, and actually putting this on your back is not that easy. So anyway, that's the one I recommend out of that entire range. It says it's for sensitive skins, but really all skin should be treated as if it's sensitive, because all skin has the ability to flare up. So that's the one I recommend from Clinique. Let's talk a bit of a cult product here now. Pixie Glow Tonic. Now, what's interesting about Pixie Glow Tonic is it's not a salicylic acid, it's a glycolic acid. Now, glycolic is an alpha hydroxy acid, a smaller molecule, so it has a tendency to go deeper in the skin. In other words, it's not so effective at getting rid of blocked pores and spots, but it is anti-aging. And this one is a mixture of 5% glycolic, so relatively high amount, with aloe vera is the second main ingredient in it. So it's hydrating and it's non-irritating. I've used it a couple of times. I quite like it. I haven't got a problem with it. It's quite reasonably priced. I would recommend this more for anti-aging and clarifying, as in the terms of not so much pores, but fine lines and pigmentation, rather than blocked pores, which is where I would recommend salicylic acid. I certainly didn't find it irritating at all. I was disappointed it was scented. I don't particularly like my skincare to be scented at all, but I didn't have a bad reaction to it and I quite like it. So I highly recommend that one as well, unless you're completely sensitive to scent. Formula 2006 from Frances Prenner-Jones is a real cult favourite. Lots of celebrities love it. Dr. Frances Prenner-Jones is a skincare doctor. She specialises in aesthetic medicine, so sort of Botox fillers, things like that, laser work as well. She's got a huge celebrity following. And she formulates this at her own factory down in the southwest of England. And this is a really interesting mix, actually, of, she calls it an exfoliating skin tonic, which is exactly what it is. But this is a mixture of lactic acid, another beta hydroxy acid, and salicylic acid. The lactic acid is derived from milk protein, so it's actually highly moisturising, and a lot of exfoliating tonics aren't moisturising. So I like this one because it's got lactic acid in, combined with salicylic acid, so that's a combination of unblocking pores, exfoliating the surface of your skin, and the lactic acid is quite soothing and hydrating as well as being exfoliating. It's quite expensive, but it has a real cult following, and occasionally you get a sort of cloudy build-up in it, but don't worry, it's just the soothing ginger she's put into it. I do trust Frances. I think she's a smart lady and she knows what she's doing. And finally, Paula's Choice. You'll not be surprised to hear again. Paula's Choice. I recommend this range so often. This is a 2% salicylic acid lotion, and this is my go-to when I have a breakout. If I have a breakout and I have a spot, I've actually got one on my chin at the moment. If I've got blackheads, if I've been wearing too much makeup, this is my go-to exfoliating toner. It's funny, I want to call them exfoliating lotions. They call them, I mean, this is the proper thing to call them. It's a skin perfecting liquid. That's what it actually is. I don't like calling them toners because I associate toners, as I said, with the astringent things from the 70s. Salicylic acid, again, any breakouts, I would put this on my back. I would put this on a spot on my chin. I would put this on blackheads on my nose. If I've been wearing too much makeup, I've been doing too much filming and my skin has become clogged, this is my go-to exfoliant. Obviously I'm going to put a link below to a vlog I put up. It was one of my first ever vlogs where I talk about how I'm addicted to exfoliating my skin and the physical exfoliants I use and some of the chemical and enzyme exfoliants I use. But if you're not going to be bothered to cleanse your skin or use a grainy exfoliant, then just adding one of these into your routine, I'm going to try and pick them all up at once. Every night after you've cleansed your skin and before you put on your night cream or serum will genuinely help your skin. It will clarify your skin, it will keep your skin clean, it will keep it smooth, it will keep your pores empty, and if you use Glycolic it will help with fine lines too. More importantly, by taking off the dead layer of outer layer of skin, whatever you put on top afterwards is going to be so much more effective and the active ingredients are going to get into your skin. So I do think everybody should be exfoliating their skin. How you choose to do it is up to you, but that's a great high-tech, literally 20-second thing to add into your routine every night that will help make your skin healthier and happier. And as you get to my age, your skin cells turn over more slowly and sometimes they just need a bit of a kick up the butt, and that's exactly what they do. And if you're young and you've got clogged pores, or you turn to the light and you see all those little white bumps, which I always think is a sign probably of not cleansing properly, these things can change your skin, trust me. And then if you have a breakout, you just dab it directly on. It will sting slightly, but it will get rid of your breakout, I promise, and it'll speed healing too. So that's the Beauty Know It's All take on what I call exfoliating lotions, but a lot of people call acid toners. Any questions, please engage below, ask me questions. I'll put the link to my other vlog about exfoliating and the physical exfoliants I like and things like Clarisonic below. Any questions, please ask. I promise I answer every single question because, as I've said many times before, my knowledge is there for you. That's how we all become the Beauty Know It All.